Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivardhari, Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana, Yamuna Tiravanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhattavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Continuing on my daily readings, my children. Okay, if you're new here, guys, my name is Dan. I'm from Michigan, as you can see. I'm a former monk, okay? I'm a former monk, and now I help every day, men and women. I help people become more Krishna conscious, more God conscious. There's not a lack of anything in this world, guys, but there's only a lack of Krishna consciousness. The world's not very Krishna conscious, guys. They're not very Krishna conscious. So people like me have to step up against all odds with no help, no support, besides Krishna, of course. But guys, nobody helps me. Nobody supports me. Nobody gives me donations. No one's like, here, Dan, here's some donations. Thank you for sharing Krishna consciousness with us. Nobody does that. I don't have disciples. I don't have people giving me a bunch of money. I do this by myself. Okay. Krishna helps me, and that's it. Nobody else helps me, guys. Against all odds, I fight. I fight against all odds. I'm surrounded by demons, but I fight on, guys, because that's what warriors do. Okay. Chapter 2, guys. Contents of the Gita summarized. Let's read it. Where are we at? Okay. The theory of reflection can be applied to the super soul who is present in each and every individual soul and is known as the Paramatma, who is different from the individual living entity. When the sky is reflected in water, the reflections represent both the sun and the moon and the stars also. The stars can be compared to living entities and the sun or the moon to the Supreme Lord. The Lord is great and we are small. The Lord is great and we are small. The Lord is great and we are small. Okay. The individual fragmental spirit soul is represented by Arjuna. Okay, Arjuna is like a representation of the small fragmental spirit soul. He's kind of like a representation of us in a sense. And the super soul is the supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. I'm not saying we're Arjuna. Okay, he's an elevated soul. Okay, I'm not saying we're Arjuna. Okay, and the super soul is a personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So yeah, Prabhupada's saying like Arjuna is kind of like, he symbolizes just like the normal soul, like the normal little individual souls like us. And Krishna is obviously the super soul, God. Okay. So Arjuna is like the tiny living entity and Krishna is the God. Okay. So they are not on the same level. Krishna and Arjuna are not on the same level. We are not on the same level of God. Some people think they're God. like subconsciously. They might not say I'm God, but they think they're God. They think they're like the supreme controller, and they try to control everything like they're God or something. It's called like a God complex or whatever. If Arjuna is on the same level of Krishna and Krishna is not superior to Arjuna, then the relationship of instructor and instructed becomes meaningless. If both of them are deluded by the illusionary energy Maya, then there's no need of one being the instructor and the other being instructed. Such instruction would be useless because in the clutches of Maya, no one can be an authoritative instructor. Under the circumstances, it is admitted that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord, superior in position to the living entity. Arjuna, who is a forgotten soul deluded by Maya. Okay. Yeah. So Arjuna is like kind of like us. We're deluded by Maya. We're in this material world, and Krishna's God. And so imagine like Krishna, like you're Arjuna, Krishna's God, he's instructing you. Okay. That's what kind of Prabhupada's saying here. Text 14, Matsras Parshas tu Konteya, Satoshna Sukha Dukkha Da, Agama Payinom Nityus Tantikshava Bharata. Matra, sensuous, translation. Sparsha, perception, two only, Konteya, O son of Kunti, Sita, winter, Upshnad, summer, Sukha, happiness, Dukkha Da, giving pain, Agama, appearing, Apayina, disappearing, Anitya, non-permanent, Tan, all of them, Titikshashva, just try to tolerate, Bharata, O descendant of the Bharat dynasty. Translation, O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course, or like the appearance and disappearance of the winter and summer seasons, they arise from sense perception, O scion of Bharata. And one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Okay, purport. In the proper discharge of duty, one has to learn to tolerate permanent appearances and disappearances of happiness and distress. According to Vedic injunction, one has to take his bath early in the morning, even during the month of Magda, January, February. It is very cold at that time, but in spite of that, a man who abides by the religious principles does not hesitate to take his bath. Similarly, a woman does not hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the months of May and June, the hottest part of the summer season. One has to execute his duty in spite of climatic inconveniences. Similarly, to fight is the religious principle of the Kshatriyas, and although one has to fight with some friend or relative, one should not deviate from his prescribed duty. One has to follow the prescribed rules and regulations of religious principles in order to rise up to the platform of knowledge, because by knowledge and devotion only can one liberate himself from the clutches of Maya illusion. Knowledge and devotion, guys, that's the only way. So that's why you got to read Srila Prabhupada's books every day. Every day. The two different names of address given to Arjuna are also significant. To address him as Konteya signifies his great blood relations from his mother's side, and to address him as Bharata signifies his greatness from his father's side. From both sides, he is supposed to have great heritage. A great heritage brings responsibility in the matter of proper discharge of duties. Therefore, he cannot avoid fighting. Text 15. Yamhi na vyata yantyate parusham parushar Shaba Samaduka Sukham Diram Namrita Ritat Traya Kalpate. Okay, continuing on. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Here we are. Okay, let's read from the Bhagavatam. Okay. Right. Therefore, Lord Krishna is more merciful than Lord Ram. He was undoubtedly very kind to Kunti's brother Vasudeva and family. Had he not become the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, Queen Kunti could not claim him to be her nephew and thus address Krishna in parental affection. But Nanda and Yashoda are more fortunate because they could relish the Lord's childhood pastimes, which are more attractive than all other pastimes. There is no parallel to his childhood pastimes as exhibited at Rajabhumi, which are the prototypes of his eternal affairs in the original Krishna Loka, described as Chitamani Dham in the Rama Samhita. Lord Shri Krishna descended himself at Brajabhumi with all his transcendental entourage and paraphernalia. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore confirmed no one is as fortunate as the residents of Brajabhumi, and specifically the cowherd girls who dedicated their everything for the satisfaction of the Lord. His pastimes with Nanda and Yashoda and his pastimes with the cowherd men, especially with the cowherd boys and the cows, have caused him to be known as Govinda. Lord Krishna as Govinda is more inclined to the brahmanas and the cows, indicating thereby that human prosperity depends more on these two items, namely Brahminical culture and cow protection. Lord Krishna is never satisfied where these are lacking. So he's probably not very satisfied right now because there's not a lot of Brahminical qualities, and you can see the cows are being slaughtered, and which is a sin. So you can tell Krishna is probably not happy with this. Nama Pankaja Nabaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Natraya, Namaste Pankajangraye. Nama, all respectful obeisances, Pankaja Nabaya, unto the Lord, who has a specific depression resembling a lotus flower in the center of his abdomen. Nama, obeisances, Pankaja Maline, one who is always decorated with garland of lotus flowers. Nama, obeisances, Pankaja Natraya, one whose glance is cooling as a lotus flower. Namate, respectful obeisances unto you, Pankaja Graya, unto you, the soles of whose feet are engraved with lotus flowers, and who are therefore said to possess lotus feet. Translation, my respectful obeisances are unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower, who are always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, whose glance is as cool as a lotus, and whose feet are engraved with lotuses. There's a lot of lotuses going on here. Purport. Here are some of the specific symbolic marks on the spiritual body of the personality of Godhead, which distinguish his body from the bodies of all others. They are all special features of the body of the Lord. The Lord may appear as one of us, but he is always distinct by his specific bodily features. Srimati Kunti claims herself unfit to see the Lord because of her being a woman. This is claimed because women, Sudras, and laborer class, and the Dvija Bandhus, or the wretched descendants of the higher three classes, are unfit by intelligence to understand transcendental subject matter concerning the spiritual name, fame, attributes, forms, etc. of the supreme absolute truth. Such persons, although they are unfit to enter into the spiritual affairs of the Lord, can see him as the Archa Vigraha, which is the deity, who descends on the material world just to distribute favor to the fallen souls, including the above-mentioned women, Sudras, Dvija Bandhus. Because such fallen souls cannot see anything beyond matter, the Lord condescends to enter each and every one of the innumerable universes as the Garbhoda Kashaya Vishnu. He grows a lotus stem from the lotus-like depression in the center of his transcendental abdomen, and thus Brahma, the first living being in the universe, is born. Therefore, the Lord is known as Pankajanabi. The Pankajanabi Lord accepts the Archa Vigraha, his transcendental form, different elements, namely a form with the mind, a form made of wood, a form made of earth, and a form made of metal, or a form made of jewel, a form made of paint, a form drawn on sand, etc. All such forms of the Lord are always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, and there should be a soothing atmosphere in the temple worship to attract the burning attention of the non-devotees always engaged in material wranglings. Material wranglings. Yeah, you can see like the temple at Vrindavan is a beautiful temple. It's my favorite temple, and you can see like the deity worship there is nice, very good. It's very good. The meditators, and you can see so many people go to the Vrindavan temple because the deity worship there is so good. They do a great job there. The meditators worship a form within the mind. Therefore, the Lord is merciful even to the women, Shudras, and Dvija Bandhus, provided they agree to visit the temple of worship in different forms made for them. Such temple visitors are not idolaters, as alleged by some men with a poor fund of knowledge. All the great acharyas establish such temples of worship in all places just to favor the less intelligent. And one should not pose himself as transcending the stage of temple worship while one is actually in the category of the Shudras and the women are less. One should begin to see the Lord from his lotus feet, gradually rising to the thighs, waist, chest, and face. One should not try to look at the face of the Lord without being accustomed to seeing the lotus feet of the Lord. So if you go to the temple, start at the lotus feet and work your way up. Srimati Kunti, because of her being the aunt of the Lord, did not begin to see the Lord from the lotus feet because the Lord might feel ashamed, and thus Kunti Devi, just to save a painful situation for the Lord, began to see the Lord just above his lotus feet, i.e., from the waist of the Lord, gradually rising to the face and then down to the lotus feet in the round. Everything there is in order. Okay. And we're reading from Krishna book now. Krishna book. Okay. All right, let's go here. All right. The salvation of Trinavarta. He picked the child up on his shoulders and raised a great dust storm all over Vrindavan, covering everyone's eyes. Within the few moments, the whole area of Vrindavan became so densely dark that no one could see himself or anyone else. During this great catastrophe, Mother Yashoda could not see her baby, who had been taken away by the whirlwind, and she began to cry very piteously. She fell down on the ground exactly like a cow who had just lost her calf. When Mother Yashoda was so piteously crying, all the cowherded women immediately came and began to look for the baby, but they were disappointed and could not find him. The Trinavarta demon went high into the sky with baby Krishna on his shoulder, but the baby assumed such a weight that suddenly he could not go any further and he had to stop his whirlwind activities. Baby Krishna made himself heavy and began to weigh down the demons, catching hold of his neck. Trinavarta felt the baby to be as heavy as a big mountain, and he tried to get out of his clutches, but he was unable to do so, and his eyes popped out from their sockets. Ooh. Crying very fiercely, he fell down to the ground of Vrindavan and died. Baby Krishna just popped his eyes out from his sockets. My goodness. Crying, okay. The demon fell exactly like Tripasura, who was pierced by the arrows of Lord Shiva. Trinavarta hit a stone slab and his limbs were smashed. His body became visible to all the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Don't mess with Krishna, man. Don't mess with baby Krishna. He popped his eyes out of his sockets. Crazy. When the gopis saw the demon killed and the child Krishna very happily playing on his body, they immediately picked Krishna up with great affection. The cowherd men and women became very happy to get back their beloved Krishna. At that time, they began to talk about how wonderful it was that the demon had taken away the child to devour him. Yes, dead demons. Love it. But could not do so. Instead, he fell down. Some of them supported the situation. This is proper because those who are too sinful die from their sinful reactions. And child Krishna is pious. Therefore, he is safe from all kinds of fearful situations. And we too must have performed great sacrifices in our previous lives, worshiping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, giving great wealth and charity, and acting philanthropically for the general welfare of men. Because of such pious activities, the child is safe from all danger. The gopis assembled there spoke among themselves. What sort of austerities and penances we must have undergone in our previous lives? We must have worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead, offered different kinds of sacrifices, made charities, and performed many welfare activities for the public. That's what it takes, I guess, to see the personality of Godhead, all these different activities, like offered different kinds of sacrifices, made charities, performed many welfare activities for the public. These are like good karma activities, okay? And such as growing his banyan trees and excavating wells. These are good things to do. As a result of these pious activities, we have gotten back our child, even though he was supposed to be dead. Now he has come back to enliven his relatives. Okay. So why don't you do some good activities like that if you want? After observing such wonderful happenings, Nanda Maharaj began to think of the words of Vasudeva again and again. After this incident, then when Mother Yashoda once was nursing her child and patting him with great affection, there streamed a profuse supply of milk from her breast. Then she opened the mouth of the child, and within her fingers, she suddenly saw the universal manifestation within his mouth. Krishna opened his mouth. Whoa. And she saw the universal manifestation, guys, inside of his mouth. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? That's amazing. Okay. She saw within the mouth of Krishna the whole sky, including the luminaries, stars in all directions, the sun, moon, fire, air, seas, islands, mountains, rivers, forests, and all other movable and immovable entities. When Mother Yashoda saw this, her heart began to throb, and she murmured within herself, "How wonderful is this?" She saw the universe in Krishna's mouth. She could not express anything, but simply closed her eyes. She couldn't handle it. It was too much. She saw the universe. She saw the universe in Krishna's mouth. That's crazy. That's amazing, guys. That's Krishna. He opens his mouth and you can see the universe. When I open my mouth, it's just a mouth. Okay. She absorbed in the wonderful thought. Okay, how wonderful is this? She could not express anything but simply closed her eyes. Man, I haven't read this in a while. This is so good. The more you read this, the more you read about Krishna, guys, the better it gets. Where'd it go? Where was it? Oh, I messed up. Where is it? Oh, okay. She cannot express anything. But simply closed her eyes. She was absorbed in wonderful thoughts. Krishna, showing the universal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even when lying down on the lap of his mother, proves that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is always the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whether he manifested as a child on the lap of his mother or as a charioteer on the battle of Kurukshetra. Charioteer, where he's on the lap of the mother, opening the mouth in universe. Okay. The concoction of the interpersonalist that one can become God by meditation or by some artificial material activities is herewith declared false. God is always God in any conditions or status, and the living entities are always parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. They can never be equal to or to the inconceivable supernatural power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna. Okay, thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport, the 7th chapter of Krishna, the salvation of Trinavarta. So Krishna, there was a world where there was like a tornado demon, guys. Like this tornado demon came into Vrindavan as a tornado, as a whirlwind. It scooped up little baby Krishna. It was twirling around. It was spinning Krishna in the air. Krishna was flying around in the air. And then Krishna was like, Krishna did like a chokehold, man. Krishna, little baby Krishna was like, blah. And he would like grab the Trinavarta demon by the throat. Blah. He popped out his eye sockets. And then the tornado demon fell down to the ground. It was like, Pshaw! And then everyone's like, wow. And then Mother Yashoda took baby Krishna on her lap. And she's like, oh, little baby Krishna, how you doing? And then she looked at his mouth. She looked inside of baby Krishna's mouth, and she saw the universal form. She saw the universe, guys. She saw the universe inside of Krishna's mouth. Like the whole universe, guys. That's amazing, Krishna. That's amazing. That's so cool. Don't mess with baby Krishna, guys. He looks like a cute little baby, but he's the supreme personality of Godhead. He can pop out your eye sockets. Oh my! If you're a demon, only if you're a demon, guys. Like demons beware. But if you're a devotee, he's not going to do that to you. Right, Krishna? Please don't do that. That would, please, Krishna. I'm your servant, Krishna. Please accept me. Please accept me. Please purify me from all my material contaminations. Thank you. That was good, guys. I don't know if that was good for you, but that was good for me. Okay. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Let's purify the universe. Let's do it. All right. Nittai Gauranga Jaya Nittai Gauranga Nittai Gauranga Jaya Nittai Gauranga Nittai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Nittai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Sham Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Jai Jai Nitai Jai Jai Gaur Jai Jai Shri Damayapur Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Shama Sundar Radhe 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 Shama Sundar Radhe Radhe Shama Sundar Radhe Shama Sundar Oh, okay, what's that? Jaya Yan Jaya okay. Jaya Nanda Yashoda Dulal Girivaradari Gopal Jaya Nanda Yashoda Dulal Girivaradari Gopal 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 Prabhupada. Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Radha Shama Sundar, Jaya Sri Vrindavan Dham, Jaya Kofi Maharani, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Muna Devi, Jaya Sri Vrindavan Dham, Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Haribo, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Sham. Go Ranga, Nityananda, go Ranga, Nityananda, go Ranga. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shiva Sati Guru Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Go chant and dance in public. Do your duty. Do your duty.